Good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, good morning. I need y'all to click, like, share, subscribe, and help to boost our algorithm. Wherever you are at, for those who are waiting, y'all, that was you, that was your girl running late today. I was running late today. So I had a couple things to do for my mother. Moms always come first. And that's what I had to do. My mom, running with my mom, running for my mother. So, but listen, I want y'all to click, like, share, and subscribe. Help to boost our algorithm. So just take that phone, just click, like just click, 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 click. Look, Mickey, I'm saying that Nikki, your better side. How are you today?
I can't complain.
Listen,
That's a beautiful thing when you can wake
that part. My nails are not beautiful, are not manicured because your girl ain't never got no time. I mean, to sit in that chair, I'd be like, I could be doing something else. Always. So listen, so for wherever you are at, No Name Bay, Carolyn Hendricks, I ain't going. Jasper Bart, is this what we doing? Cheryl Hart, Sydney Green Sr., Carolyn Hendricks. I don't, and I can't see. That's all that's on my screen, y'all. Because Mickey busy doing other stuff. Salty Chef, Merck 76, Kobe Fatty, Michael Smith,
up.
Michelle. Okay, well, thank you, Michelle Smith. Good morning, Tonya Mickey. Best 810 news media group ever. I agree.
She always be at council.
Does she?
Yeah, that's Miss Beverly family. Yeah, that cause I was saying Michael and she's like, no, it's Michelle, but we call her Ann. That's why I say
Miss
Ann.
Ann?
That's Michelle. Yep, that's her name.
I
Michelle.
call her Miss Ann.
Yeah, that's how. But she come on here from
But
her
Mr.
YouTube.
G?
Yeah, that's from her YouTube channel. Is
Yeah, look, that's my home girl.
yeah.
Listen, we know she part of 810. She done got through out of council for not even talking. Not even talking. Listen, Cheryl, everybody that is on here, Mickey is doing this thing, and I guess I need to do it too. So we're going to start out today. Shortly, I'm going to bring in, because the school board, we know that to have a city function, we need to have families move into the city when there's a good school. When the school system is working, where the kids are actually being educated. And I'm going to have on Chad Schlosser, who is in my ward running for the school board. He is the Mott Park president. Um, he works at University of Michigan, Flint, and I am supporting him. And we're going to ask him some questions because he's got some unique things. You know, Chad, before he comes on, you'll get to meet him, and I'll let him say, and he's a very humble person, very humble. The things that Mott Park does, the park in my ward, which is Mott Park for the kids, it is the busiest park in the city of Flint with hockey night. We have um, kids night every Tuesday. We have got a bicycle garden. We have got the tennis courts. It's the playground. And then there's always special events in every holiday, literally. And so you really get the benefit of a close knit community, and it's very reminiscent of where, and this is going to be probably a terrible comparison. We look at cities, certain parts of the city is so fragmented, we don't have places for kids to go. Mott Park, 6th Ward is a family oriented place. It is family oriented, and they'll have 70 to 100 kids every Tuesday night out there, and it's safe. And so they'll feed them, they get pizza, and they have game night. I mean, it's so many things that are happening. Listen, there are great things happening in the 6th Ward with the Councilwoman Tonya Burns. Okay. We are doing great things, and Chad is a part of that. One thing I like about Chad, he has 3 children, him and his wife. His kids go to Flint Public Schools. I did not know Flint Public Schools had a Montessori. I did not know. Chad kids go to the Montessori. He works on improving the schools, and he has some innovative, great ideas that I'm looking forward to him sharing that with everyone, because you can get a private school education for free with Flip Public Schools. You know, he has his children there. him and his wife, their children, they go there. So, anyways, so I'm gonna say, look, Carol on here. Listen, Carol don't be cutting up. We have who be cutting up on it. We have Carol be cutting up. Lumi cuts up. Patrick Jean. So we got a few people who be cutting up. um, but I see Sherry on. Look, that's cute. They write underneath each other. Sherry Allen, Carol Lewis. That's cute. Look, good morning, super producer. Brianna's busted Ben shocks. And I can't see everybody else, but we're going to bring Chad on very shortly. But the next thing we're going to talk about is Hasselbring. And I'm going to break down Hasselbring. We're going to get into the monies because the residents were saying they were being stopped in the hallway, told, well, she gets paid $50,000 and they're not doing right with the money. All lies, all lies. And she put out a disclaimer. Not a disclaimer, she put out the facts. She put out the facts with her attorney and backed them up. So you had a whole administration do a whole lie about Hasselbring and what they were and what they weren't doing. Then we're going to get into who's lying and who's not lying. Leon Alameen, the interim council person, the first word said Beverly's not going anywhere. It's not what the mayor said. The mayor has put that position up. And in some articles, they said they are seeking to replace the staff. They are seeking to replace the staff. So who's lying, Leon or the mayor? The mayor said he ain't never wrong. He told me that. And just like he said, he ain't never wrong. So we're gonna get into that, and I'm gonna put up the facts, and we're gonna talk today. We are going to talk today. So everyone else, I support Hasselbring Center. They're asking for residents to support them. They will be doing a protest on Monday at 3:15. They're asking people to be there. Council begins at 4:30 with special affairs, and there's a new resolution that's going to be up there where Councilman Leonel Alameen is asking for people to he wants to amend the resolution to have $6,000 to be paid for 1 year. They had a 5-year contract. Stop that nonsense. Bring it down to $1. That little $6,000 is not going to help them. Okay. Oh, hey, JWC, Stephanie Rogers, Beverly Barnes, Sonia Simmons, T from the D. Okay, we get ready to bring on Chad now. So let's bring on Chad, and then we're gonna get into it deep with Hasselbring.
Hey, Tonya. Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry about the minute late. You know, I can talk a little bit.
Good.
So,
no problem. I'm just glad to be here.
I'm glad that you joined me. You know that I support you in your bid for the school board. I do. And I was telling them a few things about you. But what I want you to do is tell us who you are and why are you running for the Flint School Board? Because the Flint School District faces a multitude of issues. So tell us, Chad, who you are and why are you running for the Flint School Board? And what can you do to make effective change?
Sure, definitely. Well, thank you for the opportunity, Tonya. It's great to join you this morning, and good morning to everyone who's listening in. So yeah, my name is Chad. I'm a resident of Mott Park in the 6th Ward. I did not grow up in Flint. I grew up in the Upper Peninsula, actually, but moved to Flint right after graduating from Michigan State in 2010 to work at U of M Flint with the campus ministry and also at Mott Community College. And that's what I've been doing professionally for the last 14 years. I didn't really know anything about Flint when I moved here. I didn't have stereotypes or opinions about it one way or the other. It was just a job opportunity, and I was 22, and I said, sure, I'll give that a try. And when I got here, I just started meeting a lot of people that were that just enjoyed living in the city and were creating change and creating positive opportunities. And over time, I just fell in love with living here. So I ended up meeting my wife here at U of M Flint. We started having children. We have 3 children. They're all born right here at Hurley Medical Center, and they all attend Durant Torrey Mott Elementary. And we bought our house in Mott Park in 2014. And then I got involved in our neighborhood association around like 2016, really through what we called at the time the Blight Squad, which we just kind of went around and tried to deal with vacant properties and clean them up for the sake of the neighborhood. The last 3 years, I've been serving as the president of our neighborhood association, as well as a park adopter. So applying for grants and trying to improve the park, both physically as well as creating positive usage opportunities for the families in our neighborhood and beyond. I've also spearheaded the Mott Park Clubhouse project, which is our neighborhood community center, which was a vacant building, but we worked to get grants and find partners to develop that into a vibrant space for our neighbors to use for events, for neighborhood meetings, as well as to rent for private, birthday parties, baby showers, etc. So those are some of the things that I've been doing over the last few years. I wasn't super involved in the school. Our kids were attending there since 2019, but I kind of like focused my energy on other things up until about a year and a half ago, when all of a sudden we found ourselves without any certified teachers in our kids' classrooms. And I kind of realized, okay, I need to either step into this gap and try to figure out how can I advocate and help to solve these problems, or we need to find a better option. And even back before that, back when we were deciding where to send our kids, a lot of people told me, like Mott Park residents told me, don't send your kids to DTM, don't send your kids to FCS. It's a lost cause. And the more people told me that, the more I became really stubborn and wanted to see for myself. Is it really a lost cause, or are these just like unfounded kind of biases or stereotypes that people hold? So that's one thing that can be good or bad about me, is I can be really stubborn at times and just want to like press in and want to find out, is what you're telling me really the truth or not? Our experience overall at DTM has been far more positive than negative. We've had great teachers. The principal there, Ms. Asensio, is one of the most tenacious people that I know. There's a lot of good happening, and it's been a great learning environment for our kids. But yeah, like a little over a year ago, we found ourselves without any certified teachers, and other families were leaving. But I decided to press in and see if these were problems that we could solve with some collaboration. And we've been able to. And over the last year, all the classrooms in the Montessori program that my children are part of have been filled with certified teachers. And so that's just helped me to realize the difference. Like, being certified is not just having a piece of paper. A certified teacher versus a guest teacher is a really significant cultural influence in a classroom. It's not just that you finished your degree or didn't finish your degree. It's that you really know how to create an atmosphere where kids can feel welcome, feel loved, and learn and be curious. And so through that, I think I've realized that I enjoy collaborative leadership, and I enjoy creating educational opportunities for all children to be able to thrive. I also really enjoy working with the people like at the board, in the administration. I find that most of the people I've interacted with are really good people who want what's best for our kids. And if we can listen to each other and work together and collaborate, I think we can really solve the problems that we're facing. So that's some of what led me to this point.
So one of the things that people are concerned about is all the vacant schools.
Yeah.
Do you have a plan or an idea? What would you like to see done with all of the vacant schools?
Yeah, I'm writing that down. That's a question I get a lot when I've been knocking on doors. So our experience of being able to literally walk to our neighborhood school at DTM is actually not the experience of most people in Flint. When the Flint school system was developed, there was a vision for a park and a school, I think, to be within 10-minute walk of every home in Flint, something like that. And unfortunately, that's not the case, particularly with schools anymore. And many families are driving, much farther, out of the city and beyond to be able to find good educational opportunities. So I would love it if every family could, again, be able to walk to school. I don't know. That's going to take a while to get to that point. I think in the short term, what we need to really work on is make a list of all the properties and work through them and think about, okay, what ones can be renovated and reopened with a vision, what ones need to be repurposed for other use, and what ones need to be torn down or sold or created, new opportunities for. I don't think I have that list together yet, but we need to work through that really systematically. There's not just a one size fits all. I'm not in favor of just sell all the properties or something. but I think we need to think through each property and decide what needs to happen with this. We do need to leave room for growth for the district, like create opportunities for future growth, because kids in Flint have a right to go to Flint community schools. And we can't just say, oh, sorry, our buildings are full, you have to go elsewhere. If you live in Flint, we have to create room for you to be a part of our school district. So we can't sell every property and shrink to the smallest possible size we can get to. We have to leave room for future growth. But what we're seeing right now is unsustainable in terms of just having buildings just vacant and open, having people breaking in, setting them on fire, getting injured. That needs to be addressed immediately.
And I agree, because I went around to every school because I had someone who was looking. They said, hey, I want to purchase a school. And every school was open, every single one. The windows that was vacant, the windows were broken. Doors were ajar or open. They're not boarded up. The buildings they just aren't secured. They just aren't.
Yeah.
And that poses a huge problem. So what would be your top 3 objectives? What would you, that you feel, if you are elected to this board, that you would like to see done?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for asking. Thanks for mentioning that. I'm taking some notes here about every school was open. That's extremely concerning. And, I think the district will say, we're boarding buildings, and maybe we are, but we need to expedite that process. But yeah, in terms of my top 3 priorities, I would say first is renovating buildings and deciding what happens with each property. So if you've been following Flint kind of news, you probably heard there was a grand opening at Potter Elementary last week on Friday. And I think that was very exciting and amazing to see that investment happen. And I'd like to see more of that. Doyle Ryder went through an investment and reopening in the last year. And Brownell Holmes is currently, they're completing that, and there will be a grand opening there sometime, I think, later this school year. And there's more properties that need that level of investment. So I would say that's probably one of the top priorities, is dealing with the current schools as well as the vacant properties. Secondly, I think we need certified teachers in all the classrooms. And that's something that, in terms of my experience as a parent, that's impacted us. And that's one of the things I hope to bring to the table, is like a parent perspective. So for some people, when they hear like, I don't actually know these statistics, this is something I want to find out as soon as possible, like what percentage of classrooms are currently being staffed by guest teachers. But when they hear those statistics, they might think, oh yeah, we should probably improve that, But for me, it's like, oh, I'm seeing that my children are actually not learning because of that. And now we're having to find tutoring for them so that they can learn math to keep at pace with where they should be. So having certified teachers that are creating healthy, flourishing classroom environments where kids can just be themselves, can learn, can be curious, can just be what a school should be, what's beautiful about education. And then third, I think we need to really change our reputation. As I've been knocking on doors, I've been encountered with a lot of like significant cynicism. People say, just close it down. There's no kids left. It's a lost cause. People think I'm like literally insane for even trying to like get involved and try to help. And so I think we really need to promote like the positive things that are happening. But we also need to do more positive things. And, I think we want to see enrollment increase, and that'll be one way to financially like sustain growth and continue to make improvements. But I don't think we should really be focused on enrollment growth. We should be focused on making sure that each child in the district, 2,900 young people right now, have the best possible experience. And when we do that and we start getting wins on a small scale, that will start to multiply and spill over, and our reputation will increase. But we can't be obsessed with our reputation. We need to be obsessed with creating the best possible opportunity for every young person and letting the reputation sort of follow that, so that in 5 years or 10 years, when people are knocking on doors, maybe if I'm running again and knocking on doors, people will say, yeah, I've been hearing there's some positive movement happening in FCS. I haven't heard that very much yet, but I believe we can get there with some work.
So that's going to lead to my next question. Flint has 2,900 students that live in the city of Flint that go to Flint schools, and they have another 12,000 students that live in the city of Flint that go outside of the district. That is
Correct.
it's disproportionate. So how do we attract, or what are your ideas to attract new students? Would it go back to you stating, well, what I would like to do is uh, improve
Yeah.
the learning environment,
Hmm.
hiring, qualified teachers. How do you bring back 12,000 students? And that's a lot. I'll let you answer that, but then my next is going to be, because will shoot on to Hamady District. A lot of these school districts are,
Hmm.
our kids go there, Carmen, Hamady, Grand Blanc. But how do we attract those 12,000? Is it even possible?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great question. And I think those statistics that's what I've heard too. About 15,000 school age children in Flint, but a little under 3,000 attend FCS. So the rest are spread out amongst charter schools, some parochial schools, and obviously the other surrounding districts. I think that we're not going to go back to a time before choice. I don't think so. We're not going to get to a point of just like, you have to come here. That's not realistic. I think parents like to have free choice. So I like the way you phrase that question, Tonya, of like, how do we attract them back? How do we create something positive that ultimately parents want their families to be a part of? And I think we're past the time of just like, hey, we have desks, we have a classroom. Isn't that good enough for you? No, it's not. It's got to be better. We got to stop thinking like, what's the least we got to do for these kids, and start thinking like, what's the best we can possibly do for them. So a few like ideas. I think one thing that parents are drawn to, like for me, from a parent perspective, when we were looking at where to go, we weren't just thinking like what's closest or something. We were thinking like, where is some unique programming that can really lead to vibrant learning? And the Montessori program at DTM stood out. Montessori is a educational theory that's very student driven, very hands-on, very curiosity based. So students kind of are directive of their own learning. So instead of a classroom where everyone sits in desks in rows and there's a time for math, like 10 a.m. we do math. Instead, there's like a corner for math, and students can work at their own pace and go and explore that corner and do their learning sort of on their own. So that really appealed to us as like a innovative and creative form of learning. And Flint Community Schools has one of only 3 public Montessori programs in the state of Michigan. A lot of parents, well, most parents whose children go to Montessori schools are paying a lot of money for that. And we have an opportunity to have it available to us for free right here. So that's something that I'd like to see expand. And I'd like for us to work together to think about what are other forms of creative programming. I think another thing that parents would be drawn to, I know I would, is language immersion learning. Like, why don't we have a Spanish language immersion program at one of our elementary schools? Now where kids like learn Spanish, like Spanish class, but when kids are learning all the subjects in Spanish from age 5. My wife used to teach in a Mandarin immersion program. And I think that that's just a really unique and innovative form of learning where kids can be exposed to a second language, which is scientifically shown to increase empathy and compassion in a person's life. And that's something that I think we could invest in and parents would be drawn to. I think ultimately we should like come together as a district, but as a community in Flint and say, what else do we want to see? Like, what other ideas do we have to create innovative learning in our district for our young people?
And you make some very valid points. So one of the things, parent involvement. We know that when
Mm.
parents are involved, our students do better.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. How do we encourage parents, and how do we get them involved? And
Yeah.
I can tell you, it is often not easy. I don't even know if I ever told you that I used to be an educator, and I had one of
Mm.
I started off subbing, and I remember I had at one point we had a snowstorm, and it was in Saginaw is where I taught, and I was on the school was going to be closed, and the school district could not close down because the school I was at, all of my students showed up. I had 26 kindergartners showed up with their parents, and I had slid off the road. And so the principal she was from the South, Mrs. Buckley. And she was like, Miss Tonya, all your parents are here. And she had a very deep Southern accent. She said, and we can't call school and district because all your parents are here. And they were all there. The teacher across the hall, because we had 2 kindergarten teachers, she had 6 students. I had 26 show up. 26. So until I could get there, at which my parents were there because I had a routine. And,
Mhm.
and parent involvement is so important. Involving the parents, making sure they're part of the learning process, creating enthusiasm in the classroom, and also a safe environment. Flint
Mhm.
schools, a lot of the children or the students don't feel it may be a safe environment. I hear this
Yeah.
from the parents. So, how do we get parent involvement and then creating a safe environment?
Mhm. Yeah. I'm writing that question down. I love it.
I'm
I'm gonna
sorry I hit
be
you with a 1-2.
What's that?
I'm sorry I hit you with a 1-2 with parent involvement in a
Oh.
safe school or learning environment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think, I'm gonna do some asking of that question as I talk to other parents at
Okay.
DTM and knock on doors. I think parents can be, like, the greatest asset in a school, but also, like, one of the greatest barriers. Um, and I've seen both at DTM. I've seen parents that come together and volunteer and go on field trips with the kids and even, like, are in the school on just a regular day helping out. And I've also seen parents, like, outside in the parking lot screaming at each other and cussing out the security guards and, like, setting a really unhelpful tone. And so I do think we need to work with parents, and we need a comprehensive strategy to say, like, what does it look like to partner with parents. I think one thing that's helped me is being connected to other parents, and I found this to actually be kind of challenging, and a little awkward. Like, you have to kind of just try to meet other parents, like at drop off or pick up or at a meeting or something. But it's not usually very facilitated, like a space for parents to have community. We have for the parents in my kids class, we have a group me, and we can, like, text each other and say, like, on a day off from school, like, hey, what are your kids doing? Anyone want to go to the park today? Things like that. And I think having that community of parents is really beneficial for us, as well as, of course, for the kids. So I think facilitating opportunities, I think the district could do more to facilitate opportunities for parents to be connected to each other and to be a part of the positive momentum. I think sometimes there's just concerns about, there's concerns in every direction and mistrust. So I think sometimes the district and administrators, because of things that have happened, have a sense of, like, is it safe to have these people around, have these people in our school, in our building around the children? So sometimes it's not, and they do background checks. They have a system of certifying if someone is, approving someone to be a volunteer in the school.
Right.
But even beyond that, I think we need to be inviting more parents into that. And then in terms of security, are you referring to more about, like, physical security, like in terms of violence, or
Well,
more so
bullying,
like?
let's let's start off with bullying because
Yeah,
we
yeah,
now talk about bullying.
yeah,
And it is something we have to talk about because some kids go to school in fear. And I'd
yep,
be remiss if I did not talk about the number of shootings that have
yeah.
happened. I believe we've had 10 children who have been shot um, this year, just this year, that
In Flint or
in
in?
Flint. That's
Wow.
Flint. And so these
Yeah,
children and parents that we had a not she's 9 on Marlowe Street last Saturday. I think it was last Saturday. A house was shot up. The number of drive-by shootings. So these kids come to school with trauma, and
yeah,
these kids know, hey, I have a friend that's been shot. Yeah, that was not something. Number one, they didn't do drive-by shootings in my
yeah.
time. My children didn't have that issue growing up,
Right.
and so the trauma that these kids are coming with, so they come to school, they fear it's the gangs. There's a gang issue that we have in Flint, needs to be addressed in these public schools.
Mhm.
What do you think? And this one, I may be throwing you a curve with this one.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
haven't had this conversation, but I don't know if I think I tell you about the list of children under 18 that had 12 students, 12 minors on it. I think 5 of them have been killed.
Yeah.
Hit
Yes,
list.
you did.
Yeah. Hit list.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We've talked to the Genesee County Park staff about that too, because they've seen some evidence of gang activity right here around Mott Park.
so
Yeah, this is a tough subject, and I think the word that you mentioned there, trauma, is the key. Is like we're living in a city that's full of trauma due to decades of disinvestment and marginalization. And so kids aren't coming to school, you're right, like in a neutral sort of way, like ready to learn. Many times they're coming in a deficit, in an emotional and mental
hungry,
deficit.
no
Due,
clothes,
yeah, yeah,
no place to see. Homelessness is
yep.
real. So
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, all of that. And then I think you're right that when I think of safety in schools, I think primarily of things like, are the kids safe amongst their peers? And that includes violence like school shootings. But I think it goes far beyond that. We're not just hoping to prevent a shooting. We want kids to really be able to be themselves and to thrive
right,
and flourish in their classroom environment. I think I
absolutely.
go back a little bit to certified teachers on that, having teachers that can help to create, like that have been trained and can help create a positive culture are critical. Even still, it's going to be challenging. And I think we need to invest more heavily in trauma healing and mental health resources for children from a very young age to be able to get the support that they need. And
It,
that's
that's
broader than schools, but schools are a key partner in that process.
that is very key in stating that we have to provide all the needs of the children for all of
Yes.
us because we just don't know. I have a good friend. Her daughter now works at City Hall, um, and when I was in sixth grade, fifth, fifth or sixth, and her daughter, when she met me, she said, "My mom has always told me the story about you." I'm like, "Well, what was the story that your mom told you about me?" And we were, we had been friends, all the way through, still friends. And she said, "I never, I never got a chance to meet you, but my mom always told us the story about when they pulled everyone into the auditorium of the school, and they had social workers to come deal with the fact because they thought, well, my life's a whole different story. Um, they had stated that, I may not make it, that I would not be coming back to school, but to deal with, they were dealing with my death, if it was to be my death, is what they were dealing because she's not going to come back. I was always active in schools, city, the student council. I was a hall guard.
Hmm.
I did a lot of different things, and so they actually. She was like, when I came back, she was telling the story because she's like, we didn't think you would come back, but Diana never shared that story with me for all these years, and she shared it with her children, and she did it on a faith to say, God really has the last word, you know
Hmm.
and she remembered that story, but we went to Pierce Elementary on the South Side.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so that's where we went, our elementary. And so they were really ahead of things.
Hmm.
We talk about they brought in the social workers and to speak with all of the students because I think I
Yeah.
was in hospital like 3 or 4 months as a child. I was there a very long time. I remember when I first got sick, I had gotten sick at Cedar Point for some reason. I was at Cedar
Hmm.
Point, and I'd lost function with everything, and as a kid, with my body, and I was in the hospital about 3 or 4 months. But when you talk about the trauma, that I know personally that even just with that, it carries on. I'm 55 now, and so that trauma lasts a long time. To where she
Hmm.
told her daughter told me the story, and so when I think about these kids and the trauma where their friends are getting shot,
Yeah.
the drive-by shootings. Kids are dying literally in their bed sleeping. They're not
Yeah.
in the streets. I mean, the 9-year-old little girl in her bed, the 3-year-old at home in the bed, the other 9-year-old in the bed, um, the 12-year-old girl in her bed. She was in her bed or on a couch sleep. And so when you're at home
Yeah.
sleeping, and we could go on, you know, how are our children? So these kids carry this with them. They carry this trauma that, you know, I have a friend that was shot and killed, and they're a kid. You know, that to me is so, um, that's problematic, but it's a real issue in our community. In Flint, I don't know of any other city where kids are getting killed at the rate that they're getting killed, and nobody's talking about it but me. And I'm gonna keep talking about it because
Mhm.
kids, on one end, we've got the kids with the shootings, and on the other end, we've got Hasselbrink, which are the seniors. They're fighting, to keep the center functioning with the people who have been handling it. And these children won't even grow up to be to be seniors. B Some of the and I've talked to some of these kids, these teenagers, and they're like, "Well, Imma get 'em. Imma get 'em. I ain't worried about living." I mean, it's just this whole, that they don't even expect to grow up. You
Yep.
don't hear 'em say, some of them, "I'm going to be a doctor, I wanna be an attorney, I wanna be a nurse." You don't hear people say, "I wanna be a housewife, I wanna be a teacher," you know? We don't or, "I wanna be a basketball player or a football player." You know, a lot of these children, because Flint is a urban area, we have to deal with the violence, and that violence is rolling over to the schools because these are
Mhm.
teenagers killing, or young, and not even teenagers, all of them. 12, you're not even a teenager, killing other kids, kids killing kids, and no
Mhm.
one's talking about it. So that is that I'm sorry, I got off on that. That's just
No,
bothersome to me.
yeah. I think you're right. You're right to spend some time on it. It's a critical issue, and I think schools play a very key role in providing the early like foundation at early stages of life where young people can heal.
Yeah.
If they don't heal of those early traumas that they're experiencing, like you said, they last. Time doesn't heal those things. They need safe spaces. They need people to support them. They need places where they can go and say, "This is how I'm feeling," and like let go of those things rather than bottling them up and then exploding at some point. And it's not going to be easy to change the narrative by any means, but I think schools are a critical part of what needs to come together in society to give people a better opportunity. So I think educating a young person and not just like teaching them math and science, though that's important, but helping them see that they're a beautiful person that can have dreams and it can accomplish amazing things, like that sets them up for a successful life.
Absolutely.
And so I think that's why I think public schools are our most critical like resource, our most critical public resource that we should all care about and all be invested in.
Absolutely. So pronounce your name for me.
Chad Slosher.
Okay, so everybody, I got that.
Yeah,
So when
as long
is
as you remember Chad, you'll see it on the on the ballot.
so when is the election?
Yeah, November 5th, same as the general election.
And you're asking people for their vote.
Yeah. Yes, I am. Yes, I would love it if people would at least, consider voting for me. I hope to bring a parent perspective to the Board of Education that's currently not represented on the board. I commit to bringing collaborative leadership. I fully admit like that I don't have the answer to every problem, but I believe that if we will collaborate and work together and listen to each other, we really can solve the problems that we face. And I also commit to bringing a vision for the future. I don't think the future of Flint schools is just shut it down and give up. I
Right.
think there really is a future where this district can grow and can flourish. It will probably never be 50,000 kids again. We're not going back to 1950 or 1960, but I think we can be at a sustainable, flourishing level, not just numerically, but where the children, where the families are flourishing, if we work together. So that's what motivates me. So yeah, I would love it if everyone would, consider voting for me.
So vote for Chad November the 5th for the Flint School Board. I support you. I believe you will be a great parent advocate and board member, and you bring a unique and different perspective because your children, actually, you live in Flint and your children go to Flint schools.
Yeah.
And so that I don't think anyone on that, you're the only one who have children who lives in Flint and the children who go to Flint schools. So you actually believe in the school system.
Yeah, I do, and I'm running as a friend of FCS. I hope I haven't come across as overly critical of FCS. I think there's some good pieces in place to grow I do believe in the school district. I think we're all aware that there's some macro issues that we all need to work together on. But
Absolutely.
yeah, thanks, Tonya. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for your partnership these last several years and for showing me what public service looks like. Not a life of politics, but like public service, serving your community. And that's what motivates me as well.
Oh, well, thanks, Chad. Listen, y'all vote for Chad because I am. And then look, if y'all don't like him, be mad at me. But I'm voting Chad. So vote for Chad November the 5th. Thanks, Chad. Enjoy the rest
Yeah.
of your Saturday. Bye.
Thanks, Tonya. Take care.
So look, vote for Chad. You know, we want things to change. He will be the only board member who lives in the city of Flint, and his kids go to Flint Public Schools. And he's involved with mentoring children. And it's funny, my son started college at U of M, and he sees Chad all the time, you know, and him and Chad will stop and talk. And, you know, Chad is just he's a good person. He's a good person. Um, so anyway, so we're going to move on to and look. And if you are just now joined, look, y'all click like and share because we're gonna get into Hasselbring. Mickey, I need you to put up because my run of show. It's going to be the first video clip. Flint dispels, which I couldn't believe these videos because I'm like, y'all kind of like telling you're contradicting yourself. Now, what's some other words for contradicting? Contradiction would be a nice word for they were caught lying. I mean, they were caught lying. So we're going to play because I'm gonna be conscious because everybody like football and Mickey be on there looking like let's get it together. So I'm trying to be time. Oh, okay, y'all. Look, I need y'all to pay attention to this, and we're going to play this. Okay. So we're going to play. I want y'all to listen to this, and then we're gonna go on to then right after that one. We're gonna do the Hasselbrink director dispel. So we're gonna do. Let's do it when you're ready. Need me to add again. I got work to do. I got a job to do. Do-doop, do-doop, do-doop. Okay, is it about to come on? Yeah, I couldn't believe this, but we're gonna get into it today.
Rumors about the future of its Hasselbring Senior Center. The city is trying to negotiate an agreement with the service provider for a new lease. It says the provider has been hosting rental parties that serve alcohol, which is prohibited on all city property. It says the provider has ignored multiple cease and desist orders and has not reported financial information related to the rentals. The city assures residents the center remains open, free of charge to all senior citizens, with no plans to change that.
Y'all, why Mickey trying to play with me today? I ain't got no coffee. so, so listen, one thing I know that Mayor Neely will do is go after your character and your job because he did it to me, which half the time I just stay because I wanted to see at the point it was just ridiculous. He's going after Beverly Lewis, the director, as he's went after several other people. And he sends his goons after people. He does. He sends his goons after people. He is going after Beverly Lewis and who was the director of Hasselbrink and he's going after the board, which means you get rid of her, you're going, he feels you get rid of the board. The board elected Beverly. They have this thing where you will hear Ed Taylor say, she makes $50,000. He stepped to that podium and said, okay, Ed, well, how much you make? She do a lot more than you do. Second of all, I'm going to put up towards the end, how much money should a director receive for pay for the amount of work that she does? 'Cause she's basically a 24/7 call. And they short about 30 some thousand. She works her behind up. It's not broke. Don't try to fix it. They said that, they're not going to be hiring, they're not going to be replacing. Leon said that at the city council meeting. I'm going to show y'all. So either Leon's lying or the mayor lying. The mayor say he ain't never wrong. So that means Leon lying because they posted that job with the HR. It's posted. It's posted. Okay, so Leon sat in that seat for the first ward and lied to them seniors. He lied to them because Neely posted that. He had, matter of fact, I'm going to tell you how deeply tied he is with Neely. He was supposed to go Thursday to meet with this group. They meet on Thursdays at they have lunch. They invited him, as they do council people. They invited him to come and talk to them and speak. He told them he could not go because the mayor had called him to his office and told him not to go. Mayor Neely told him not to go, and he didn't show up. He didn't show up to the meeting on Thursday because he said Mayor Neely had called him to the office. Oh, hold on, let me get it right because I'm not going. I don't want nobody questioning that. What? Hold on. It's a Councilman Leon Elamine said when he was on his way to meet with us, the mayor called him to his office. I said, did he show up? They said no. The mayor said he couldn't come. Now, this is the same person who is saying he's dismantling Hasselbring Center. And they called, guess what Liddell and all of them call themselves? The Big Five. They call themselves the Big Five. We the little four. The honest, the honest folks who care for the people. They're the Big Five. They're the Big Five. So the mayor tell him not to go someplace. He don't go. He already had something scheduled to meet with them. They meet with council people, and he did not. He didn't go. He did what the mayor instructed him to do. He did not go. So let's play the video.
I got you. I'm gonna mute you right now. I'm gonna play it.
To what she calls misinformation and unjust accusations from the city of Flint.
And it's coming after the city accused the center of hosting parties that serve alcohol, ignoring multiple cease and desist orders, and not reporting financial information.
Well, Director Beverly Lewis addressing those claims on Facebook Thursday. She says, in part, the center has never had any contractual or legal stipulations prohibiting alcohol, and that they have always had the necessary insurance to have alcohol at events safely.
She states they were unaware of any cease and desists because they were sent to personal emails instead of official ones. Lewis is also accusing Mayor Sheldon Neely of targeting and bullying her through false accusations. She goes on to call it a personal vendetta and an abuse of power.
She went on in the post to say that she is prepared to take legal action in order to protect her reputation and the integrity of the Hasselbring and the rights of the seniors that they serve.
Well, listen. So Beverly said she's being bullied. She absolutely is. She's being targeted. Absolutely she is. Because that is what Mayor Neely does. He's still around here telling people stuff at me wherever he go. Like, dude, ain't you at a golf tournament? Why are you talking about Tonya Burns? That's just weird. It's weird at this point. Just weird. Just weird that he talking about me. I mean, something is wrong with this guy. So yes, Beverly is being targeted and she's being attacked and he's going after her character. So Can you put up those two? There were blue Facebook response, and we got a few to be put up. It's two blue ones. So I will show, and y'all be patient with us. We got a lot. Yeah, those two. Yep, that one. So Hasselbring director. So Hasselbring director responds to the city of Flint. Hasselbrink director, can we put up in the blue, please? Is I am personally being targeted and bullied by Mayor Sheldon Neely and his administration. This personal vendetta is not only unethical, but may constitute abuse of power and harass. It should be position too, because his position is mayor. He is abusing. He does it all the time. He does it all the time. She needs you to support her. We need y'all to show up at City Hall. I think I said 3:15, 3:30 on Monday to stand with them. She has done her and doing her job, and he is bullying her. He is targeting her. Each person walked out that hallway. They kept telling them, well, she getting $50,000. Mayor get $140,000. All he doing is tearing up the city. Can you drink your water from the tap yet? No. Without a filter? No. She is working under duress. She is literally this back and forth, them doing press statements and doing interviews and just doing everything. And then getting caught lying. In there. We're not replacing her. Well, you put it up in HR.
They did.
It's posted. It's posted. They posted her job. Actually, it wasn't even a job. So here's how it's going to go. If they get her there to run the center does not need to have like the board of directors. They don't have a contract because he's so grimy and especially grimy to seniors. It's going to dismantle the board because you won't need a board because you will have a person from the city running it, which means Mayor Neely will be running it. Well, y'all, you can't, the water was at 90% when he came in to repair the service lines. It's still at 90%. Restorations, we don't know how much has been done. We do not know. So what has he done? We do know that what you can't do, and parents are worried about putting your child to bed and the child getting shot. Drive-by shootings, they shoot the wrong houses up. But he got time to worry about Hasselbring, the seniors? These children won't grow up to be seniors. You got over 10, I got to get the exact numbers. These children getting shot. Why ain't he talking about stopping gun violence? Why ain't he talking about a gang violence task force? They don't talk about that. The big five don't talk about that. Fix our problems. He worried about the seniors. His priorities are wrong. She is being targeted 100%. And the seniors are being targeted. And he doesn't care. He will burn down the whole city is not to be wrong. He don't care. And those who support him, y'all the problem too. You don't tell him he's wrong. No one tells him he's wrong. You don't stand up to him. As he breadcrumbs them, they accept his breadcrumbs and he own y'all. He own you. And what is he doing? Going after the seniors. So what do they offer up there? They offer computer class. They offer exercise class. They have a Hurley Nurse T comes there. They have dominoes. They have spades. They have dancing for cardio. They have the hustlers. They have the COVID shots. They feed every day. You can get a meal up there. So it's so, and there's much more. Althena came and spoke. Now this had me hot underneath my skin. I had talked about them having a van. She says, Tonya, and she spoke to her at the point, and we're going to show that later. Mayor Neely's holding up the seniors at Hasselbring from getting their van. We approved it in February. I had forgotten about it because we have, our agendas are big. Y'all know them agendas be like that thick. And we approved it. He refuses to release the money. And you're going to hear her. You're going to hear her speak. So when you talk about a grimy person, a maniacal person, a person who could care less, it's all about him. And underneath his authority and dictatorship, it's a problem. How you going to hold up from the van? So how he and what he's doing it to what he's doing to them is just wrong. It's just wrong. So I want to put up the M Live or Beverly respond in the blue. And I'm gonna go through her points because all they did was lie on her. This administration lied on her so bad. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was awful. It was shameful that a man who is in leadership, who wants people to look up to him, who wear a Jesus hat, who wear a nope, I want to do the response one. It's a big long one. In writing. Who wears a Jesus hat, a cross on his lapel. You know, he got more. Yep. And can you make it big? Because I'm gonna scroll down and read it. And he's a man of faith, but you doing the work of Satan. You claim you loving God, but you doing the devil's work. And don't y'all forget what it did. That's it. It won't let you do. Oh wow. And it won't let you pull it up. It is on my page. It is on my page. Now, don't y'all forget what he did also to House of Esther, First Ward. What he did to House of Esther. This is why we need Carol McIntosh in there, so that we can change the narrative. You know, a vote for Carol is a vote for the seniors. Let me say this again. A vote for Carol McIntosh is a vote for the seniors. We ain't got time to play because they talking out the side of their neck, mouth, and everything. They are. A vote for Carol McIntosh is a vote for our seniors. It's a vote for them. It's a vote to keep what's functioning in there. It's going to be a vote for Beverly to keep function, to implement the enrichment courses, to implement the senior scheduling. He's trying to break it up. He done posted that. Yeah, it is on my it's on my page. You couldn't pull it up. I think it's also on her response is on the city of Flint, unless they took it down. Yep, that's it. So can you be, my old ass? So thank you. So when we look at what he did, first of all, House of Esther was they would have housed 21 rooms for mother and baby. So that'd be 42 people, basically, 21 moms in a safe environment. He literally, that building was set on fire. They called and told me, sent me pictures. Literally, he let the building burn in the back of it. They didn't set it on fire. Instead of letting House of Esther house children, babies and children, he will let something burn down before he helped the people in the city of Flint to be right in his wrongness. And the people around who support his nonsense, stop it. Y'all need to be telling him. He needs to be gone at this point. He needs to be gone. House of Esther. Now he messed with the babies. Now he messing with the seniors. He don't care. So response to the Flint public statement. This is Beverly. As director of the Hasselbring Senior Center, I feel compelled to address and refute the misinformation and unjust accusations made by the city of Flint regarding operations. The city's assessments are not only misleading, but also represent a continued pattern of harassment and bad faith dealings that have caused undue stress and harm to myself and our organization. Number one, misrepresentation, negotiation in turn. She was ready, y'all. Since January 2024, we have been having ongoing meetings with the city of Flint regarding terms of a new lease after the expiration of our previous agreements. Contrary to the city's claims, we have consistently acted in good faith and signed the proposed agreement as of July 2024. They did do this, y'all. I got a copy of the lease. I put it up before. We are encouraged by the city council's recent commitment to revisit the lease with proposed amendments and we are hopeful with this process will lead to a fair and equitable agreement. City Council appears to be acting in good faith to approve an amended lease in alignment with fair and equitable treatment of our organization. Under Michigan law, a valid agreement requires good faith and fair dealing from both parties. MCL 44.1203, that's the law, y'all. The city's refusal to formalize this lease while making demands for compliance is a breach of this duty. Number 2, claims regarding alcohol on the property, because that's been the big thing. Like they haven't. First of all, they're not selling alcohol. I don't know who they got working on this. They are not selling alcohol. So they're not selling it. So a lot of the stuff they're lying about, that Mayor Neely and them are lying about, it is, if you're selling, they're not. And she's always had an insurance policy. Always. He lied about that too. Number 2, claims regarding alcohol on the property. The city's assertion that alcohol is prohibited on the premises is not based on any contractual legal stipulations. There is no verbiage in either our previous or current contract that explicitly prohibits the presence of alcohol at events held at the center. In fact, we have always carried necessary liability insurance and required event renters to do the same. The city's sudden claims about liability are unsubstantiated and under Michigan liquor laws does not apply to us, as we are not selling alcohol, but allowing it at private events. This retroactive enforcement of a non-existent rule, here go the lie, y'all, is a clear indication of the city's attempt to create a pretext of conflict. She lighting them up. They just lying. Number 3, financial reporting and transparency. Now remember, they signed the lease. So how he gonna say they didn't give the financials? Ed Taylor was up there saying he had them, but he had them down in his office. So who lying now? Ed Taylor, the mayor, Leon, who lying? Because he said at that meeting he had them down at his office. There is a signed lease. Why would they sign the lease if they didn't have it? And I'm gonna tell you something else. The mayor had asked her to call the council people and tell her to accept the $500. Strong arm tactics. You don't call us and ask us to do nothing. Now, I'm going to read this because I'm going to tell you over mine. We talked about how great things are happening in my park in the 6th Ward. They have a 10-year lease, $1. They keep 100% of their rental fees, and they use it to fix and to make improvements and to do programming. Just like the center does. That's what they do. And so him targeting them is ridiculous. He just lying. Financial reporting and transparency. The claim that we have failed to report financial information related to rental events is both misleading and incorrect. When we signed the final proposed lease in good faith in July, we provided a complete list of all rentals for the month of August. We believe that the lease will be effective starting August 1st. However, since the City Council has not approved the language of the lease, we currently do not have an active lease. The city cannot demand adherence to terms that have not been legally enforced. Under Michigan law, the obligation to report financial information cannot be imposed without a legally binding agreement. They are operating without an agreement right now. They don't have one. Number 4, cease and desist orders and lack of communication. So this is just some BS Mayor Neely trying to do because they do some little slick stuff. Now I'm gonna send some cease and desist letters, and if it's people watching out there who work, y'all should be ashamed of yourself, especially if you claim you love the Lord. Cease and desist, lack of communication. The city's claim that we ignore multiple cease and desist orders is categorically false. These orders were not sent to the official organizational email address, but rather to personal emails, which resulted in us being unaware of their issuance. They sent them to the wrong email. Y'all don't know who to send them to. Y'all don't know how to do business. Y'all doing some business and it got what? You're not standing on business. You don't send business to people's personal email. You don't do that. Technically, you should have had a desist sent to them, mail certified, that you had a copy that it was received. People don't go through all their emails. They don't do that. And some people email go to junk mail. It goes to junk mail, your spam. So the garbage that they're doing and the games they playing, he's running this city like it's Death Row Records, and he's Suge Knight. These orders, this lack of proper communication violates principles of due process and notice required under the Michigan law, which mandates that any such orders must be served in a manner reasonably calculated to give actual notice. You don't send official business to somebody's personal email. Come on now. Okay, number 5, professional conduct and safety record. The Hasselbring Senior Center has maintained the highest standards of professionalism and safety since its inception. We offer a wide variety range of services and programs for our senior community, including computer classes, free tax preparation, health and wellness activities, and social events. There has been no record of violence, disturbances, or misconduct at the center. Okay, here y'all go. Here you go. There has been no record of violence, disturbances, or misconduct at the center. In fact, the Flint Police Department operates a mini station within our facility. They are clowning themselves. Mayor Neely is clowning him on his own self. In fact, the Flint Police Department operates a mini station within the facility, and there have been no reports of any incidents or disturbances since they have opened. You can't make this stuff up.
They are.
They are. Right, Mickey, they are. You got a policeman, no violence, nothing. And just liars. Just lie. This underscores the safe, respectful, and professional environment we provide for our seniors. Number 6, commitment to service and community impact. We take immense pride in running a very professional center that prioritizes the needs and well-being of our senior community. Our programs are designed to enhance the quality of life for seniors by offering educational, social, and recreational opportunities and a safe and supportive environment. The city's allegations that imply otherwise are baseless and do not reflect the reality of our operations. Our commitment to maintaining a respectful and inclusive atmosphere is evident in the positive feedback and participation we receive from the community. I need y'all to click, like, and share to boost this algorithm out. If you are watching this right now, please click, like, share, and boost this algorithm out. This is important. If you got an auntie, a nana, they don't make big mamas no more because they be in the club. If you got a grandma, if you got, a senior person is in your life, or if you are the senior yourself, I need y'all to click, like, and share. This needs to be on all of y'all pages. I need this to boost out because we need to fight and raise up and fight together because they are counting on keeping us separated. Number 7, improper interference and micromanagement. Now, this one is the truth. He is the worst micromanager in this world, Mayor Neely. The worst. When you look in the dictionary for worst micromanager, you'll see his picture there. The city's insistence on micromanaging our funds, which are not provided by the city, but through contracts with the Genesee County, is unwarranted and outside their jurisdiction. Our contract with the county is for the organization's operation and is not tied to the building. The level of interference violates our contractual rights and autonomy as a service provider. Under Michigan constitutional law, local government entities cannot, listen y'all, he breaking the law. Under Michigan constitutional law, local government entities cannot interfere with the internal management of non-governmental entities without a legitimate and legally supported reason. All they've been saying is lies. It was problems. Y'all got a whole mini station up there, dude. There's no problems, no violence, and nothing has been reported. Number 8, misuse of public office and personal harassment. He do this to people. He done had 30. I'm going to have to create that list again. How many people done left City Hall? It's a lot. The talent has left. Number 8, misuse of public office and harassment. I am personally this is Beverly Lewis who is running it. And she, this is her comment. I am personally being targeted and bullied by Mayor Sheldon Neely and his administration. And yes, she most certainly is. False accusations have been made against me, including allegations of sending unauthorized emails and texts. This personal vendetta is not only unethical, but may also constitute abuse of power and harassment under Michigan Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act, which protects individuals from discrimination and harassment based on retaliation and personal animus. He is harassing her 100% because that's what he does. I mean, that's what Suge Knight does. Dissemination of false information, defamation. The city's public dissemination of false information regarding our operations and my personal conduct is defamatory. The statements are damaging to both my reputation and the standing of Hasselbring Center. Under Michigan defamation law, false statements made with intent to harm an individual's reputation are actionable. The city continued to spread misinformation as a clear attempt to undermine our credibility and justify their improper action. Number 10, federal law considerations, First Amendment and equal protection. The city's actions also raise serious concerns under federal law. The ongoing harassment and retaliatory conduct may violate my First Amendment rights for chilling free speech and participation in public discourse. Furthermore, the city's disparate treatment of Hasselbring compared to other senior centers could constitute a violation of equal protection clause underneath the 14th Amendment, as it is treating similarly situated entities differently without a rational basis. That is 100% true and factual. Number 11, conclusion and call to action. Conclusion and call to action. I need y'all to click, like, share, and boost this out. If you are on here, YouTube, click that heart, click that like, or whatever it is. Share this on everybody's page. We need to get this out. You may not be able to be there on Monday to stand with the seniors, but what you can do right now is click, like, and share. You can do this now. Number 11, conclusion and call to action. The real issue at hand is not our willingness to comply, but the city's refusal to engage fairly and equitably. The mayor and his staff must cease their personal attacks and baseless accusations. We are encouraged that the city council is reconsidering the lease agreement and trust that their amendments will be in line with fair and equitable treatment of our organization, similar to other senior centers in the community. I am prepared to take all legal action to protect my reputation, the integrity of Hasselbring Senior Center, and the rights of the seniors as we serve. Sincerely, Beverly Lewis, Director, Hasselbring Senior Center. She should not have to be worried about this garbage. She should not have to worry about this at this point. She's doing her job. Now, they had improper before she took it over. Now, let's take back to emergency management. Lock the doors. They locked the doors. It was closed, it was chained, and it was mismanaged with money. They show that they're in good standing. They signed the lease. The city, when they accepted her lease, that means they accepted that she did everything they required. That would require the assurance she had showed them. She showed them the financials. She had showed them, she provided everything that they need. Now they're going back and saying that she didn't, that there was violence and it's a whole mini station up in there. They signed the lease. So who lying? City, y'all lying. And I'm not going to say they're misstating the truth. Let's call it for what it is. They're lying. So let's put up some of the blue screens. And I think there's 4 of those. So I need y'all to click, like, and share this out. Click, like, and share it out. Thank you for putting that up, Mickey. I know that we have got, it's 4 of them. So maybe it's 5 of them. Okay, go start. Yep. And then we just go down. Okay. So let's get to some facts. Now they originally wanted Hasselbring to pay $3,500 a month. Crazy. So originally, and I was meeting with Beverly. Now, Mayor Neely did the kids wrong, the babies wrong at House of Ed. Did the babies wrong, y'all. This is the type of individual we're dealing with. He did the babies wrong. And they didn't set that place on fire in the back with House Sylvester. He didn't care about the babies. Now he sure didn't care about the seniors. So they negotiated a deal, they thought. So then they said, okay, we want you to pay $2,000 a month for the lease. Then they said, okay, when Leon got involved, the councilman, interim council person in the first ward, he said, we're going to give you a $1,500 credit. Him and Ed Taylor. And Ed was up there to the thing saying, we're giving him a credit, And so the monthly rental fee would be $500 a month. So they take from all of the services that they give. They have 3 part-time workers that they pay out of the lease rental. Wanted 10% of the lease. And she's like, we can't afford that. We have a shoestring budget. They are 2-tier. They don't get this type of servicing. Matter of fact, Mayor Neely holding up the whole van so they can transport seniors. It has to go through the city. He's been holding it up since February. He doesn't like innovative solutions, Althena. He fired Faith Grossbeck. Faith had gotten them to get 50 homes with plumbing at $6,000 a piece to change to in-home plumbing. He fired Faith Grossbeck, got rid of her. She was working with innovative solutions. He don't want people to get indoor plumbing. He fired him. He needs to go. I'm sorry. I'm so sick of his garbage. What he's doing, people needed plumbing. He got rid of her. The van that he's holding up for Hasselbring Center. And I'm going to play the video where Althena McKay, the director, speaks. So other centers pay $1 a year with no stipulations on who their rent is to for the facility. And they keep 100% of rental revenue. So Mott Park, the clubhouse is one. They keep 100% of their rental revenue. They have a 10-year lease. 10-year. Let's go on to the next one, Mickey, please. Yeah. But you can't, when he micromanage, he gotta finish them service lines before you try to get on the seniors. Finish them service line. Speak up about them. Shoot, you got other priorities. Okay. Hasselbring, this is their monthly bill. Hasselbring's monthly bills. $980 they pay a month in consumers energy, slightly lower in the summer because they do run the air. $250 in parking lot lights to make sure that when you're there that it's safe. They pay $605 a month for their water bill. They pay, that was I think their last water bill. It runs between $5 and $605. This last one was $605. $560 in cleaning supplies. In the wintertime, you got to have it plowed, $200 to $300 in snow removal, depending on how much that it snowed. And then they have other miscellaneous. And that doesn't include salaries. Then they have to pay someone to clean up the halls after the rentals. And so him trying to micromanage, they only get $137,000. That's it. 130, and the city does not pay any of that. The city does not pay any funding to run the city. And so when Quincy misinformed Murphy was speaking, the city does not pay to run the services that have to be implemented. And I'm going to play his misinformed comments too. I'm going to play them because when you don't know what you're talking about sometimes, he probably should have been quiet. That $137,000, no matter whatever programs you have to have a staff to run them. She don't run that place by herself and is running effectively. He up there, they making too much money. What is you talking about? Mayor Neely is holding a whole van hostage. He's holding a whole senior van hostage for the senior center. Get on him. Hasselbring Center was closed and set to be sold off by emergency management. The doors were chained and locked. A nonprofit was created to save the building from being sold off. Councilman Mays was instrumental in removing the chains and opening the center back up for seniors. This is a fact. That center would have been sold if it wasn't for the nonprofit. And the way he running this city now like a Death Row Records or like a Kool-Aid stand, I'm telling you, it's a problem. Because when we look at, we don't even know, y'all got them little fancy trash cans. We had to take $2 million for ARPA funds to balance the trash fund for the next 2 years. And then we don't know how the next 5 years after that, how we're going to pay for it, which means you will end up in a special tax assessment to pay for the trash cans that's got his name on it. And according to some attorneys that have contacted me, you can't promote and use public funds to put your name on it. You cannot use public funds to promote yourself by him putting Mayor Sheldon Neely on them trash cans. That's campaign finance law. You can't do it. Okay, so here's the last thing. So there will be on the Monday's agenda. This ain't the last thing. We're gonna get through this. There's going to be an amendment. So each ward got $30,000. Councilman Leon El-Amin got, no, leave it up. I'm gonna get into that. So that's this speaks to that. And so there is a amendment. So, and the contract will be coming back up. So he wants to take $6,000 from his ward money and use towards 1 year of paying their rent. 1 year paying their rent. Well, that's not help. They got a 5-year lease. It's smoke and mirrors. That just gets it past. That gets him past election. Right. It gets him past election. So it don't make him look like he the bad person.
So what's wrong with the dollar like everybody else playing?
Neely ain't gonna let him do that. Mayor Neely is not gonna let him do that because Mayor Neely is never wrong. Okay, that's what he told me. Called me at 6 something in the morning. That was when he was never wrong before. I told y'all I got fired every day. And I told him every meeting, and literally, yeah. But because I'm for the people, I'm gonna stand what's on right for the people. Who does this
rent money go to?
The city. Goes to the city.
Sound like a pay to play.
Absolutely. So he wants to take 6,000 of ARPA funds and give it back to the city. Why? Why would you take 6,000 in ARPA funds and give it back to the city? No, we're smarter than that, Leon. Come on now. We're not, we're smarter than that. No, we're smarter than that. There's just smoke and mirrors. So this is going to be on Monday. That's why, look, vote Carol McIntosh is a vote for Hasselbring Center. So Hasselbring has a 5-year lease is what they're trying to give him. So paying 1 year won't do much, for there are 4 years left on the lease. But what it will do is it will get Leon past this election. And then Beverly gone because they didn't listed the job. They didn't listed her job. He didn't say that she ain't getting the, she's gonna be there. No, she's not. He didn't put the job up through HR. Okay, so let's go on to the next one, Mickey. Vote for Carol McIntosh is a vote for Hasselbring Center. A vote for Carol McIntosh is a vote for our seniors. A vote for Carol McIntosh is a vote for our seniors. So they're so worried about what everybody else is being paid. Mayor Neely makes $140,000 a year. And he's micromanaging. All you hear them saying, she's getting paid $50,000. I'm gonna put up the wage on what other comparable jobs for what you do get paid. So Mayor Neely makes $140,000 a year. He drives a city car that he doesn't pay for, which is on the police budget and should be underneath his budget. But can you drink your water from the tap? I put on there to talk about the water. Liddell Lewis and Candace Machat said no for special affairs and for city council. They would not give an update. They didn't want one. So other council, we can't put stuff on the agendas if they don't. So I had to get an attorney for that too. So let's go on to the next blue. I don't know, Mickey. I was look, your girl. That was all fine. Okay, let's see in the rundown. So let's see how much Beverly Lewis should be making with everything she do. Because a director runs, that's it. So let's put up how much she should be. So in a director of an agency, average what they get is $39. Agency director. So what she should be approximately getting is about $80,000, about $81,000. She gets $50,000. That's it. She gets $50,000. And she literally is on call because there's functions there all the time. And they're not charging an astronomical fee. It's a local neighborhood. It's a nice, clean place. They have a kitchen and a lot of functions are there. They are. So they complaining about the $50,000. Mayor Neely makes $140,000. The only thing he's done is not managed to complete the service lines. He has not managed to take care of House of Esther and the babies. And what he's managed to not do is take care of our seniors at all. So she should be getting, they about 31,000 short of what she should be getting. I'm sorry. She should be getting much more. And so that's the average. That is the average. On the high end is 120,000. So, and I I seen the work she do. She move around there so quick and blah, 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 blah. And just, she always doing something and just busy and it's functioning. So y'all need to click like and share this out. And I'm a vote for Carol is a vote for the seniors, period. We ain't got time to play. Ain't no whisper campaign. Holler this out. A vote for Carol is a vote for seniors and a vote to keep our current programming in place. He didn't list that job. Okay, let's go up to the video, the Flint City Council video, please. And so then we gonna go, and I'm sure I did not know that he was holding a whole new van for the seniors hostage. Just dirty, rotten to the core. How do you hold a senior van for the Hasselbring Senior Center hostage? What kind of individual does that? So I need you to go to 1 and 22. So he's stating there that she's gonna stay. It's a whole posting about the job and in the article, and we're gonna put that up too once we play through this couple of them.
All right, whenever you
I'm ready.
Okay, hold on.
I'm trying to stay on. Stating publicly that they're standing with you, you need to make some changes. You need to make some changes. When we sitting up here worried about the senior center, an 8-year-old little girl was shot while sleeping in her home. We didn't had almost 10 children shot in the city of Flint, but they worried about a senior center. Those children won't grow up to be seniors. They won't. We need to get our priorities straight. I stand with you with Hasselbring Senior Center.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, councilperson in the
So I
first
definitely
ward.
want to thank the residents for coming out today in support of Hasselbring and so forth. I'm in full support of the seniors, as I have been in conversation with Ms. Beverly and her team, trying to get things resolved. And I'm quite sure, and I'm 100% sure, that we will come to getting things resolved and keeping things moving smoothly as the way they is, as we continue to work through this process. So I definitely thank the residents for coming to show your support. And just want to ensure that the center will remain open. It's not going to get closed. Seniors not going to get put out, be charged, and we're not getting rid of Miss Beverly neither. So, so thank you.
I'm muted still.
Not now.
Now y'all heard him say, and we are not getting rid of Miss Beverly either. Okay, Mickey, I need you to put up the it's red underline. And we are not getting rid of Miss Beverly either. And it's a whole article where the mayor stating, where they're stating that they're looking for someone to run the center. Oh, matter of fact, I'm gonna have to screenshot it. Yep, put that up. So it says, the city of Flint issued a bid for management of Hasselbring Center on August 2024 and did not receive any respondents. The city also posted a position through Human Resources to hire a senior center director, and the hiring process is ongoing. It's ongoing. Listen, they not keeping Beverly. They trying to get rid of her. And that $6,000 just gets him past the election. That's what it does. I'm at the screenshot this. Okay. I'm gonna screenshot this and send this back to you because it wouldn't open up, and that was what I had needed. I'm gonna send this back to you. And it'll be at the bottom. And this is what you couldn't open up. Y'all be patient. I'm sorry. We had a little so he's saying one thing and the mayor is saying a whole nother thing. Did it drop in, Mickey? Okay. So he's saying, and we are not getting rid of Miss Beverly. One of y'all lying. The mayor say he ain't never been wrong. I ain't never heard nobody say they ain't never been wrong. Not ever. So it says in its announcement, and this was in the article, this is an M Live, Ron Fonger. In its announcement, the city said it was releasing information about its plans to seek a new operator of Hasselbring to dispel misinformation about the center being sold. So the center is not being sold. They're getting rid of Miss Beverly. And what did he say? We're not getting rid of Miss Beverly. Leon, you told a lie, or the mayor made you look like you lying, or they lying, but it's some lies being told. This is in the article. This is an article, where they do journalism integrity, where they tell the truth. You know what I'm talking about? So in its announcement, the city said it's releasing information about its plans to seek a new operator of Hasselbring Center. Vote for Carol McIntosh. It's a vote for Hasselbring Center. We're not going to play. It's time to stop playing with them. It's time. Stop playing with them. We got to come together. They lying. They can't get their lies together. He done said on there that they not. Yes, you are. The mayor is. You may not, but you don't have no authority. The mayor told him don't go to that meeting on Thursday, and he didn't go. He didn't go. And they'll be in city council chambers too. They'll be there on Monday. The encounter group with the pastors. They'll be there too. So I'm showing y'all where this guy is not telling the truth. The mayor's intentions he put in the article M Live. What did he say? We get a new operator. What did they say? They put it up. They put it up in HR. Don't. I didn't write that stuff. I didn't. I'm putting the facts out for y'all. I'm putting out the facts. Miss Earth, I know you'll be up there with your beautiful self. You need to talk, tell these people, because they think they slick. And thank you for showing up, Miss Eartha. Miss Eartha Logan is on her. She was there. In the blue dress. Just beautiful. And so we know that they lying because I'm showing you how they lying. So let's go back to the video because we getting ready to go to the, and I'm sorry, Mickey. I'm trying to stay on time.
And I'm mad, is this what we doing too?
but we got to do this for the seniors though.
No, is this what we doing? No, I met him at council. That's a person to be in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I met him at council.
Is that the one with the mother?
I don't know, but I met him. He was at council.
Okay, so I want to go to 125. Yeah, 125. Yeah. So this is Quincy's response to Hasselbring Center. He got a whole race he running. I wouldn't have spoke on them seniors if I was him. He got a whole race. I wouldn't have been that animated. He should have just zipped. He got 5 people in that race. And how many? 700 people? I mean, he got a whole race. You don't want to pick. I would not pick a fight with the seniors.
Power, I'll call it, that we have as a council at this point. We do have the ability, and our president has the power, if she so chooses to use it, to bring the original agreement back as early as next Monday. I would ask that our president brings back that agreement on next Monday for reconsideration to our special affairs. And then from there, we go about doing what we can as a council to help to meet the need in our community, because that's what we're here to do, help to find solutions to meet needs.
Thank you, Mr. Jarrett. Anyone else? Go ahead, Mr. Murphy.
Yes, thank you. First, I want to thank all the speakers for coming out, speaking. I want to clarify some things because sometimes we get things, we hear things, and that's not what the intentions is. What happened is the emergency manager set $1 a year for these prior to that. There was nothing the city could do because they was in a lease agreement. And anybody that know anything about legal and rents know that we can't just break lease. So between Hasselbring, Brennan Center, Haskell, all of these different folks that's in lease agreements, we just can't break no lease agreement. You have to wait until that lease agreement is up and then go back and enter into another agreement. The dollar was not working. Hasselbring really was not getting rented out. Like, I know some family members done had stuff at Hasselbring. They getting senior millage funding. They getting other grant funding. They got funding from the Mott Foundation. They got funding from the city of Flint to help improve Hasselbring. If I was over Hasselbring, I would have took that $500 some and I'd have ran with it, but it didn't happen. So hold on, could you hold my time because they talking and I can't.
Please, audience, please allow our council person to speak. We were respectful of your time. Let's be respectful of ours. Thank you. Go ahead.
Can I get some time added back?
Add 5 seconds back to his time, please.
But I think what it is, no one is talking about closing Hasselbring. And all I heard tonight was about the programming and all of that stuff. I thought that they made an agreement downstairs with the administration to come up with an agreement. Do you know if y'all was only paying $500 and somebody else could pay $500, people paying more than $500 for rent on their house? I would have took that $500 they gave.
Hold on, hold the time. Madam, please be respectful of your council people.
And you allowing her
Ma'am, please, this is going to be your warning unless you be quiet. Thank you. Go ahead.
They already deducted $1,500 off of the whole $2,000. So it ain't like they ain't give them no opera grant dollars to help offset the expenses. I don't have a problem with the $500.
Thank you, Mr. Mays. Or Mr. Murphy. Mr. Murphy, thank you. Anyone else?
Madam. Okay, because I'm gonna speak to him and then go to 354. So let me say this. His comments were ridiculous because the way he said he would have took the $500 and ran with it. Would he have taken the same, like he ran with that lawnmower for $11,000, like he took that $4,750 in gifts and receipts and everything else, and gift cards, and ran with it? Is that what he talking about? I mean, come on now. They talking about something. They should have took that $500. People are paying more for rent at their home. This is not the home. This is senior center. Okay, this is a senior center. The city of Flint does not pay anything to their salaries or funding. The county, they get $137,000 to implement the programs. You can have programs, but you gotta have people to implement them. You have to have a staff. What part of that he does not understand? Why would you go and attack the seniors when you got a whole election? I would have sat there and kept my mouth quiet, but he couldn't be quiet because he wanted to show his disdain. He wanted to show how smart he thought he was. You don't go against seniors, veterans, and children. You don't. You don't go against seniors, veterans, and children. You don't. He would have took it and ran, and the dollar wasn't working. It's working over in my park, and thank you very much. It's working over at Brennan Center, and thank you very much. I mean, come on. He needs to stop. He's misinformed. No, they're not selling the center. But as I showed you, they're getting rid of who's running the center, and it will not run effectively. Mayor Neely wants to run it. Look how he running the city. 90%. He was elected in 2019. And where are we at in service lines and restorations? We don't know. Somewhere still at 90%. Where are we at? What did he do with House Sylvester? Well, they didn't set it on fire. Babies and seniors, he don't care about, obviously. And so when we talk about who we are electing and who are working for us, they are not clearly working for us. And Quincy said the dollar wasn't working, and I would have took that. He wasn't there in them negotiations. He does not know. He has not sat down with the people on that board. I have. And in Councilman May's absence, which I have shared with you, starting back in, I believe, December, maybe November, I started going to some of their meetings and meeting with them. I did that. And because my job is, I care about the city. And they were like, hey, well, he's not available. Tonya, can you go? And he was like, hey, I can't go. Can you go, check that out for me? Absolutely, because he was doing his thing. And so when we talk about things, he ain't sat down with them people. That ticks me off. They should have took it and run with it like you did that $11,000 lawnmower. That $4,750 in gifts that they dropped off to you and you gave out to the community supposedly, and they saying you didn't. Let's go to the 3 minutes.
I got you.
Okay.
54.
Yep.
We already.
All right, Mickey on it, y'all. Blue.
I got to mute you. Bam.
And Mr. Chair, just for the record,
Next speaker.
I have skipped the names of all the people that are no longer here. So the final speaker for this meeting is Athena McKay.
Good evening.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your service to our community, for your sound mind, your patience, for hearing out the seniors today. I was late, so had to stick around to make a few statements regarding those things and others as you were talking about ARPA and some of the other dealings of our city. Athena McKay, Executive Director of Flint Innovative Solutions, also the CEO of
Excuse
Greater.
me. Can you speak up a little bit?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Athena McKay, Executive Director of Flint Innovative Solutions, CEO of Greater Links Enterprises here in the city of Flint. While the citizens were here rallying on behalf of Hasselbring Senior Center, and as you all stated how important and vital that beacon is in our community, I applaud you for bringing it back to council on Monday. As that was going on 3 hours ago, the city of Flint posted on social media that they have put out the RFP for the management of the building, and also Human Resource is looking for a senior center director. I think we all know and understand, based on your personal experience with the center, as well as those residents that came and spoke, that if it's not broke, you probably shouldn't try to fix it, because there's things in our community that do need to be fixed. While the administration was micromanaging this organization that is running very smoothly, it brought to my attention some other issues that they probably should be focused on, which would include ARPA dollars. You all diligently, week after week, listen to the resolutions that the community leaders put forth to be able to serve our community. You passed the resolution in February for Hasselbring, Friends of Hasselbring Park, to buy a utility vehicle to be able to provide services throughout the summer. Flint Innovative Solutions serves as a fiscal sponsor for that organization, and they have not received any funding for that. The whole summer has gone. They have provided services for the community at the park, and yet still do not have that resolution that you passed. While the administration is trying to micromanage an organization that is properly running, they probably should run the organization, the city of Flint, properly. Also, firing a public health manager who has been advocating for the needs and concerns of our families is of great concern. Thank you so much for your time and service.
Go back to. Am I muted? Listen, y'all heard it for yourself. You heard it for yourself. The mismanagement, the micromanagement of the city. A vote for Carol is a vote for the senior. He holding a whole utility van hostage, Mayor Neely. Leon then told them people on Thursday he couldn't come to that because the mayor called him to his office. He was summoned to the mayor's office. Leon is not a vote for the residents. He's not a vote for the senior. You can't have nobody who bought and paid for it. A vote for Carol is a vote for Flint, a vote for the seniors. You got to vote for Carol. No splitting the votes. A vote for Carol. Period. Period. And y'all need to tell every single body. I done showed y'all how they talking out the side of both of their mouth. One, he's saying, oh, Miss Beverly's gonna stay. Then I'm putting it up where I done put up the posting. Now I done put up the article with M-Line where they didn't stated that she's gonna be gone. And when what happens is, no, they're not selling the center, but who runs the center? It's kind of like the same way that, you know, we thought we was getting a better mayor and we didn't. We didn't. We still, service lines ain't been replaced. Crime rate is, we keep having upticks. Children getting shot and they're not saying nothing about it. Drive-bys in the city of Flint are all-time high. All-time high, but they're not talking about that either. Vote for Carol, and I need y'all to boost this out. A vote for Carol is a vote for our city, because let me tell you who they're going to get next. Brennan Center. Brennan Center is next on the south side. It's another senior center. That's going to stop him. Stop Mayor Neely. Stop Leon. Vote for Carol. We get them 5 votes. That's a vote for our seniors. Brennan Center is next. Stop Mayor Neely in his tracks. We need Carol McIntosh. Ain't no splitting the votes. I don't care who get mad at me. I can sleep at night very good, knowing I done gave it all I got. I need y'all to give it all y'all got. Give it all y'all got. Mickey, play it one more time so we can hear him say, and Miss Beverly is not going anywhere. Thank you.
Publicly, that they're standing with you, you need to make some changes. You need to make some changes. When we sitting up here worried about the senior center, an 8-year-old little girl was shot while sleeping in her home. We done had almost 10 children shot in the city of Flint, but they worried about a senior center. Those children won't grow up to be seniors. They won't. We need to get our priorities straight. I stand with you with Hasselbring Senior Center.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, councilperson in the
So I
first
definitely
ward.
want to thank the residents for coming out today in support of Hasselbring and so forth. I'm in full support of the seniors, as I has been in conversation with Ms. Beverly and her team, trying to get things resolved. And I'm quite sure, and I'm 100% sure, that we will come to getting things resolved and keeping things moving smoothly as the way they is, as we continue to work through this process. So I definitely thank the residents for coming to show your support. And just want to ensure that the center will remain open. It's not going to get closed. Seniors not going to get put out, be charged, and we're not getting rid of Ms. Beverly neither. So, so thank you.
Listen how he sit up there and pulled the wool over there. He the fox and pulled the wool over everybody's head. And we not getting rid of Miss Beverly either. And that's not what the mayor and them are saying in all those interviews. They are looking for a new director, and they are. So listen, do the pink. And so y'all saw it. I put the facts up there. A vote for Carol is a vote for our seniors because Brennan Center is going to be next. We got to stand together. And I'm not going to say imagine. We have got to stand together. The front of that lawn by 3:30 should be full of people fighting for our seniors, standing hand in hand, making sure that we are taking care of what we call the least of these. We should be protecting our seniors. We should not be attacking them. We should be saying, how much funding can we get to them to increase enrichment classes and services to them? While Mayor Neely is holding a van hostage. He is holding a van hostage, a van that would help them to get things that they need or to take people where they need to go. He's holding it hostage. Who holds a van hostage? As they do smoke and mirrors and the $6,000, which tries to look good, to say that we're going to give $6,000 of ARPA funds. No, give that to somebody who may need a roof or someone's in-home plumbing. They were going to do 50 homes at $6,000 for in-home plumbing. He fired Faith. Mayor Neely did. It was a pilot program. You heard Arthur Woodson talk about it. You heard Athena McKay. They were working together. What kind of monster tears apart the city and stops helping in the help to get to the people who needs it the most? They call themselves the Big Five. We need to change that narrative. And we can't do it without y'all. We got to drive that vote out. We got to let people know what is at stake. We don't even really know what's in ARPA funds, but we can right that ship with 5 votes. There's funding coming into the city. 3 of them on that council now are affiliated with nonprofits. 3. We have to change things. We got to want this so much that we got to think it, sleep it, and act on it. You got to don't just watch me on Saturday and like on my post. I need you to do something about it. I need you to show up at the polls November the 5th and vote for Carol McIntosh, 1st Ward. Vote for Carol McIntosh, 1st Ward. 1st Ward needs a real change. If Councilman Mays was alive, I wouldn't be having this conversation. It would be something so glorious to talk about what we're doing with 5 votes for the people, how we moving money around to get rid of some of them blue tarps. We allowed this man, Leon, to sit and tell us that she wasn't leaving. And at the same time, as you heard Athena state, what the administration had already posted. He telling us one thing and administration doing another thing. So one of them is lying. Ain't neither one of them doing what's for the people. I need y'all to help us. If you want to make sure everything's made, and there's no age. The seniors should not be out there by themselves. Let me be clear. It's young folks. We all need to be out there supporting them. I will be out there supporting the seniors. I will be out there. And each and every one of you should be out there. Tell your nieces, your nephews, your aunts, your uncles, your friends. We need to be out there to stand together, to show them. Let them know. And in November the 5th, vote Carol McIntosh, 1st Ward. Vote Carol McIntosh. A vote for Carol is a vote for our seniors. So asking y'all on here, I cannot bring this show to y'all without I don't get paid for this. To do a whole run of show, I couldn't do it without Mickey, but we had to keep the lights on and internet and everything else. So I'm asking y'all if you can donate $5 at least, $10 if you're feeling really great, it's $100. However you feel compelled to Cash App $810 News Media Group, because I don't want to shut my voice down. I don't want to shut down what is going on to bring out to you, the residents. We got important decisions to make here. Who do we put on the school board? It was important why I brought Chad on, not only because Chad is in the 6th Ward, but because Chad is a good person. I am supporting Chad for Flint School Board. We wouldn't know what's happening with Hasselbring. Beverly Lewis had to go defend herself against a pack and a barrage of lies. Our senior centers are functioning. Brennan Center is ran by Deborah Holmes. It's functioning. They're going to be over there next messing with her, strong arming her. Stop this now. You have the ability to stop it, but I need you to donate. If we didn't have 810 News Media Group, I couldn't come every Saturday or whenever we need to talk about the things that are relevant to you. Asking you to donate. It can be as low as $5. And we got 150 some people on here. Donate $5. The cause is worthy. I don't take a check. I don't. I could be doing something else on the Saturday, but my values, this is always so important. I come every weekend. I'm here, even when I'm sick. I didn't even come in when I was sick, but I did it a Zoom with about 3-4 weeks ago because Flint is that important to me that I don't want things to get swept underneath the rug. Asking you to donate, Cash App, $810 News Media Group. Those funds go to make sure programming like mine can continue. It can continue. You know, we have to work together. There are things that are happening there. We got them disrespecting women, residents getting thrown out of city council. 810 News Media Group brings that to you. We had more police on the street several times in council chambers because they were clapping, they were coughing, or because they were talking too loud to the person next to them, and they put them out of city council. 810 News Media Group shows up to show you what you really don't see. If you can't make it, you know, and depend on turning on 810 News Media Group. Asking you, donate with independent sources such as 810 News Media Group. They help to bring programming, a podcast, so that you can see what's going on. If you are a senior, you know a senior on here, I need you to support this platform. Support this platform. I get zero money from this. This is not going to my bank account. I get nothing. I don't require it, never ask for it. And the thing is for me, filling in the gap. Filling in the gap. This goes to make sure that 810 can still do the funding that we need. So, Philip, I like that. I want to end with, we have one love for this community, one love for the city, one love for our senior, one love for our children, one love for our veterans, one love for each other. And that we have to be our own brothers or sisters keeper. Because often when we look at our government, you look at Project 2025, it looks, some of your decisions won't be your own. Like I said, Mickey told me I can't use my, what's the name? We not going back. He said, I got stuff shut down. When Little John, when Georgia came on, we're like, we not going back. We not going back. I'm like, that's my hype song. He's like, you can't use that no more. You got some stuff shut down. So listen, I appreciate y'all's support. I appreciate you tuning in, and I need to be at the nail shop. Seriously, because my friend Stephanie was like, girl, your nails is halfway grown through. Stop and take some time for yourself. Stop and take some time. But I got to pop them off because I don't like to soak in the little acetone because it burns. But I'm like, today I was legitimately, Mickey, going to tell you I wasn't going to do it today until this stuff on Wednesday. I'm like, you know what? There's no way I can't get this information out to them. There's no way. No way. And it's just important. It's just important. And if I'm not going to go to sleep with something heavy on my heart, and what they are doing to our seniors right now is heavy on my heart. And they're going to do it to Brennan Center too. So $ Cash App, 810 News Media Group. Donate anything that you can. And if you have donated, thank you. I see $25 from Just Oil. Thank you, Just Oil.
No, she was asking me how much the pledge, but Marcus Field and Michelle Young just donated.
Oh, Michelle, that's my home. You know, we used to get whoopings together. Michelle, we lived on the same street, right down one house in between. Thank you, Michelle, and thank you, Marcus Fielder. Thank you.
Fairfield, California.
From Fairfield. Thank Callie. You know what? We have gotten, there was 2 attorneys also when they sent them great letters who support and watch. 2 female attorney, one is a bad one. She wrote that one. I need to read that letter again.
Yeah, I might need her to take care of some business for me on the side.
Oh Lord. Oh, listen, I appreciate everything. If you donated, thank you. And if you can't donate right now, you can donate later in the week. But this allows us to bring this. And Mickey, are y'all gonna be there Monday covering this?
No, we gonna be
Are
there.
you gonna cover the protest outside?
Yes.
Look, I'm gonna wear my pink sneaks.
You know we're gonna be
Listen, I appreciate everyone who has tuned in and to tune in to watch. Share this out, y'all. And if you're still on there, click like and share. Does it show how many clicks, likes, and shares that we got?
Yeah, no, on this side, you got to go to YouTube, but I can tell you on YouTube what it is. We got YouTube, we got 73 likes. I just made it 74.
We can't get 100, y'all. Y'all hit them clicks and likes. Come on now, hit them clicks and likes. Look, let us go out at least 100. Come on, we got. That means if everybody had a click, and you can hit it more than once.
Yeah.
You can hit it more than once.
Yeah, just come on and hit that like. But
Yeah.
they're gonna get there. They're gonna get there.
I mean, come on, people.
It's 114 on the YouTube side.
On the YouTube out doing the Facebook
Yeah,
side.
because you know Facebook ain't been giving out the alerts like they do. I think they've been what they call shadow banning us.
I don't even know what shadow banning is.
When people don't get the alerts that we be on, it's like they kind of lose it. That's why it's important to like and to share on the YouTube side for we can get more get out, because it's the algorithm how they be playing with us, because people probably hate the great shows you be putting together.
Well, this one was a doozy. When I finished it, and I finished before 9:30. I'll never finish before 9:30.
Right.
And you probably wonder why I wasn't sending stuff at 4:00 in the morning. I sat in that office and I went to work. I got it done. So listen, I will be. So someone had asked about. I will be going to court. My case goes to the Michigan State of Appeals because I'm not giving up, and I need y'all to be with me on this. I need y'all to be with me as I fight for the seniors. I'm still fighting for myself and my seat, y'all. I'm still fighting. I go to the Michigan State Appeals Court. I will share the date. I will share that date. Also, there will be a court date. As much as me and Arthur Woodson may fight, I will be there in court. He goes to court on Monday because it affects how they were arresting people. I want to hear what the judge has to say. That's Monday at 8:30 in Crawford's court, because we did our little list. It was what, over 50 people got put out, and that was an unofficial list.
Unofficial, and some more people got through us as we've been back.
Right. At least 50 individual people have been thrown out, and that wasn't an official list. So somebody said, I ain't going. Doug, hit the like so you can continue to be lurking. He'll watch when we go off, probably. And for the fact, look, I want to state this. Oh, can we put up that one letter of Carol's real quick too? Because he doesn't come on and tell the truth. I did not file a police report on him. It's just a blatant lie. I did not. And so him stating when he got up there and told the lie that I did produced the police report, because I didn't file one. I should have. Now, if he would like for me to go back to file one, I will. And we have a responsibility to keep order. It's like kind of dark a little bit. We have a responsibility to keep order. That. Back up. Down. I mean, back up down. Is that it? Yeah. We have to make that big. We have a responsibility to keep order. Y'all know y'all hear Liddell saying, I'm calling you to order. I'm calling you to order. We have a responsibility to call people to order. Those chambers are out of order, and Doug had caused some chaos, blowing kisses in his remarks. And so we have a responsibility to keep order. I did not file a police report. I did not file one. So he told a flat out lie. And it's a shame he's at, you get to that age and you're still lying. I did not. Also, he told a lie that Carol, and this is from Carol's attorney. Let's scroll down to the letterhead from attorney Sharice Lee, considered legal group Sharice Lee, Esquire. And so let's go down to hold on. Down in the it says Carol McIntosh did not agree to a settlement individually and initiated her position until she was dismissed from the lawsuit from the plaintiff, Anita Stewart. So I need to get a better copy of this, but Carol was dismissed. This is a real attorney, a licensed practice attorney, Sharice Oh, I still call her Lee. Her last name Williams. She got married a couple of 2 years ago. And so she states in this letter that she was released from the lawsuit. So Doug needs to stop lying. Doug lied that Carol was on the lawsuit. Doug, no, that's not true. That's a lie. Doug stated I filed the police report. No, Doug, that's a lie. That's a lie. I did not, but I had no problem doing it. But I didn't give him any, Doug wanted attention on Wednesday. I didn't give him any because the seniors are more important. But Doug, Carol's attorney would like for you to stop lying on her. She was released from it, her and Danielle Green. Danielle Green and Carol were dropped from the lawsuit. Both of them were dropped from the lawsuit. And this is a practicing attorney with the P number in the state of Michigan. And she stated that Carol was dropped and Danielle Green was actually dropped. So, and I think that's in the letter too, but I'll get a clear copy of that. But y'all, it's up there. I'm being transparent. So we are just refuting and debunking the liars around here. So anyways, I want everyone to enjoy the rest of y'all day. Drop that, if you can donate, it could be as little, whatever. And for those who donated, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because we have to hold each other accountable. And I appreciate y'all taking your time on Saturday to share your time with me. I'm going to send love out to all of y'all as I am fighting for and Alex, I will share my case because I still go to the Michigan State of Appeals Court because they appeal in the fact that they want to throw people out. And I am fighting for my elected seat. But what I'm also fighting for is these seniors. And I need y'all to stand with me as I stand with y'all. I need y'all to stand with me as I stand with y'all because I'm not going to waver. And when I get weary, I know who to call on. I will call on the Lord. Yes, so, all right, we are out of here. Thank you for everyone that has showed up and given your time. What did Jessica, thank you for your comments on the bump Friday. You said everything. Thank you.
Nah, she be on point.
Listen, I was like, she lit him up. Thank you. Thank you. So, I appreciate each and every one of you. I want y'all to enjoy the rest of your weekend. And Mickey, I want to say, y'all, I'm giving big shouts out to Mickey because he was rolling with me today because we covered a lot. Mickey, you that guy today. No, you that guy. I appreciate you. I couldn't have did this without him, y'all, because this was a lot. And the flow and the information, I couldn't have did. Thank you, Mickey.
No, thank you.
All right. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. And each of y'all who donated, thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time and your donations. And I will see y'all. We'll see y'all at the Monday. At the protest. I'll be wearing my little hot pink sneaks. I'll be wearing. I can't. Oh, there they go. I will have my hot pink sneaks on. So listen, I will see y'all Monday. Thanks for tuning in with Talking with Tonya. Have a good week.